What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw Talk, Raw Review. I'm here, I'm back at it with it. Raw was yesterday. We're going to talk about Raw. There's so much stuff to talk about everywhere. Like Usos pinning Roman. Roman's not unbeatable anymore. And then that ass whooping they gave the Usos. And then Jay's like, I'm going to get him. Him. Great stuff on SmackDown, but we'll probably talk about more of that when SmackDown comes. I'm probably going to be doing 4 videos. Well, 3 this week and 1 next. So today, I'm doing Raw. I'll probably do AEW because there's a lot of stuff that's happening at AEW. So I'll probably do AEW. And then I'll probably do SmackDown, but I might do it like on Monday or something like that. And I'm going to do a food review too because I have a food review that I did. I want to do that too. So doing this today, I'm going to do Thursday. I'm going to do the AEW review, and then Friday I'm going to do the food review, and then Monday I'm going to do SmackDown. And then, well, hopefully that'll be the cycle that I'll do it. Monday SmackDown, Tuesday Raw, Thursday whatever I said. Thursday AEW, and Friday SmackDown. I don't think I'm going to do Collision. Maybe we'll see. If it's noteworthy enough, I've been loving Collision. I think Collision is great, fantastic for me. But bang bang gang. But we'll see what happens when we get there. For right now, we're talking about Raw. I got the handy dandy notebook right here. I got the fake mic in my hand. Ain't telling what I'm going to do with it. I got position. I whack the fool with it. My close look. Won't wait. Turn around. Okay. So Raw was pretty good. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on since I last saw you guys. It was like a month ago. I don't even remember what we were talking about a month ago. But Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank now. Io Shirai is Ms. Money in the Bank. Cody beat Dominic Mysterio. He wants another shot at Brock Lesnar. We'll talk about that because what happened last week. Brock Lesnar showed up and they squabbled and stuff like that. So talk about all that. This time around, Finn Balor opens up the show. Judgment Day is doing great work. All of them. They're throughout the whole show, everywhere in the show, in both divisions. He's blaming Damian Priest for his shortcomings at Money in the Bank, and then Rhea Ripley and Dom Mysterio, Dirty Dom and Mommy, come and Rhea gets in the ring. He tells Finn, "Hey, let's handle our business." Back there, like we're not supposed to be doing. This is Judgment Day business. This is not their business. They shouldn't be. And then Finn was like, "All right, what do you want me to do? We do it right here." And then he was like, "You better fix this." So he goes, and Rhea Ripley gets on the mic and said, "Hey, what we're doing is none of your business. We run this. We still run this place." And then Seth Rollins comes out eating buffalo wings because they're in Buffalo. See what he did there. And then they sing a song and all that stuff. They try to get Dom to talk, but boo Dom all the time. And they pretty much challenged them to a match. Seth Rollins was like, "Oh, you made even a big mistake. I'm going to take you down. I'm going to watch you guys crumble while I eat my buffalo wings." Ooh, and they sing a song and stuff like that. So that was the opening. Cool beans, collard greens. So in my mind, I was like, "Are they going to do a rematch? Why no?" Be patient, my peoples. Next up, Drew McIntyre. He comes out with Riddle. They have a tag team match against Imperium. You know what happens. Riddle gets worked. Drew cleans house afterwards. Towards the end, Gunther tries to get involved, but they take him out. Matt Riddle hit a knee to Gunther's face. Drew McIntyre was doing some power bombs. Shout out to Gunther over there. Hits Giovanni Vinci with a Claymore. 1, 2, 3. They win. Uh, Gunther was shunning Giovanni Vinci during the ramp, and also during when what's his face Logan Paul was coming, they was in the background too, yelling, like, "Oh, you lost," stuff like that. So that was cool stuff. Um, and also throughout the show, well, during later to the show, Riddle said that he was going to face Gunther 101, and then Drew was like, "Ah, that's not a good idea. I won't be here next week because he's got stuff to do with WWE stuff to do." And he was like, "Nah, I got it. I talked to Pierce, who wasn't on the show, by the way, at all, which is kind of crazy to think about that he wasn't on the show." But Riddle said that he talked to him and Vinci and uh, Ludwig Kaiser are banished from ringside, so they won't be there. So it'll be a straight one-on-one match. Maybe this is because of they didn't get the time on the pay-per-view because something happened on the pay-per-view that made it go too long. So maybe they're doing the now. Now we're gonna give you some Gunther versus Matt Riddle, where Gunther still ends up on top of it. So maybe that's good stuff. I don't think Vinci's getting kicked out of Imperium. Uh, uh, Gunther did the same thing to Ludwig when he was losing, when they had the one-on-one matches and he was losing, and then Gunther was like, "We don't lose, we're Imperium, we win," and then he would give him chops for not getting into wins. So that's what I think that is. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy with Imperium. I think they're still going to be a thing, toughen them up so they can be next in line for the tag team titles if Judgment Day don't win. So that was good stuff. They do a couple backstage stuff with Dom and Rhea and Finn and Priest. First, it's Damian Priest. He goes back. He's like, "Hey, you gotta fix this. You guys messed it up." And Damian Priest was like, "I didn't mess anything up. I'm sending your money in the bank. You gotta show respect. I told you it wasn't gonna work. You should listen to me." And then she said, "You guys need to talk." He's like, "I tried that, but he wasn't trying to listen to me. But I'll do it again for you, only you." And then he started speaking in Spanish, and I didn't know what's going on. So yeah. So then they do that again, and they say that they're united, we're together. And then Damian Priest was like, "Well, as long as," he's like, "Hey, I was never going to cash in on you. I'm sorry. We're cool." And then Finn was like, "Well, as long as I get the first shot, we're cool." He was like, "Hey, good. Hey, you could get the crack on him. Don't worry. But just in case," he had money in the bank. He said, just in case, there's a plan B, just in case you don't win." That's what he was insinuating. Finn was like, "How could you say that to me?" And then there was a lot of talking during this stuff, between all of this. And then they do another backstage thing with Rhea and Dom. So the tag team champions, they were talking about who's next for that. It was like, well, we took out everybody. We beat Pretty Deadly, Imperium, whoever, Viking Raiders, I don't remember, whoever else he said. And then Dom and Rhea showed up. And then Kevin was like, "What is wrong with people just showing up unannounced? Nobody invited you, nobody said your name, and then you just come up here." And then Rhea was like, "Well, you was naming off those tag team names, and I didn't hear you mention Judgment Day." And then and then Owens goes, "Okay, yep, you're right. That's valid. That's my bad. That's on me. You right. We didn't. You good?" And then Rhea pretty much was like, "Any version of us," so she was including herself, could to beat up Judgment Day. He was like, and then she goes, Dom was practicing his cardio a lot in prison. He never gets tired. And they leave. And then Sami Zayn goes, "What do you think he meant by that?" She meant by that. And then, Owens like, "I think he just ran around the block in prison a lot." And he was like, "Oh, I thought he was talking about something else." The sex, pretty much. But then after that, Dom versus Seth, they do it. Seth Rollins comes out, and then Dom attacks him from behind. They do this big brawl stuff like that, and then Dom was pretty much running away from him all over the arena. And then right when they was coming back, right when you thought Seth had him, rest of Judgment Day, they came, they took him out, they was beating him up, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn made the save and helped uh, helped Seth Rollins. So the match didn't happen. Smart. Next up, more talking. Ricochet versus Logan Paul stuff happened. Ricochet said everything he's done is for the fans. They do back and forth when Logan comes out. Logan. So this is what I kind of like about the feud. Everybody knows when they have the match. You know, there's gonna be moments and high flying stuff and all that spectacle that you would expect for them. And then Logan Paul comes out and is like, bro, I'm already a moment maker. I've already done this. I need people on my level. I need to, I can't be a WWE superstar. I was like, I'm not no rookie. Like, I need, he's like, I'm not here for the moment. I need some wrestling. Um, and then he said that Ricochet was out there wearing a double extra medium shirt and a big old forehead. Had me dying. But But yeah, he said he didn't want a moment. Ricochet does his flip thing that he did on Velveteen Dream in NXT, and then Logan Paul was like, "Whoa, that was crazy." He was like, "Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You're good. You're geared for the moments, but I'm not here for the moment. I'm not here for the flip spots. So again, I decline. I'm not taking your match." And then he tries to beat him up. The fake thing. The Ricochet gets the upper hand. He does like a sliced bread on the apron on him. He was like, "Yeah, what up? I'm the best." And then Logan Paul was like, "Okay, okay, I see your game. I see your game. Respect it." Then next up, we have a match. Zoey Starkz versus Becky Lynch. This match was great. Uh, Trish Stratus was rocking a long black robe thing, which was crazy because it is. I know I'm in New York. I know she was burning up. She had the mask on. It was hilarious. Um, yeah, they're going to a commercial break. Becky Lynch had the upper hand. It was a good match. Zoe did a springboard drop kick. That was dope. She hit the thing with the flip thing that she does on a rope, which I never noticed when she did it. Like she would turn around and like her left foot would hit the bottom, like the second rope, and she would do a flip. That's talent. That's good stuff. She hit one of those. Um, yeah, a lot of shenanigans that was going on. There was doing back and forth stuff, and then Zoe Stark went to go to the rope. Get Trish Stratus to help her with the rope. The ref saw it, and then Becky Lynch tried to do the same thing, but Trish Stratus got on the apron and stuff like that. Um, uh, uh, Zoe Stark went to get a roll up. Uh, she reversed it. She tried to hit it with the C4. Becky reversed that too. Drop kick, momentum, Trish off the ropes, and then Zoe Stark rolls her up. 1, 2, 3. She wins. Good for Zoe Stark. She gets a nice deep roll up for the win. We love to see it. Good stuff that's coming to Zoe Stark. Yes. Next up, Maxine graduates. Uh, Chad Gable put her over big time. Um, she thanked everybody, the universe. She thanks Gable. She thanks us, my big hunk of a man, Otis. Hilarious. She was saying how much at first she didn't like him, but he's great. He's a great mentor. He's a great teacher. She says, last thing, I thank you. And he said, but it's not over yet. And then he gives her a Letterman's jacket. Viking Raiders come out. They deal with her. They deal with them. Try to, and then Valhalla attacks her from behind, takes the jacket. So I kind of like it. I kind of like the thing that they're doing. I like it. I don't hate it. It's fun stuff, and I love the tag team division. Next up, another match. Not as long, but we're getting a second match. Woo! This is Emma versus Shayna. They was doing something in the back. What's her face? Shayna basically was doing a little card trick thing in the back. Emma goes, "Hey, it's a good thing you finished what I started." She's like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I softened her up, a couple of years when she came in there, and then you finished the rest." She's like, "How about we just together, me and you, we take her out?" And then Shayna was like, "I got an idea. How about you want to see what I want to do to her? How about I show you what I'm going to do to you, and then do that to her?" Fine. And then she put a card on her thing, and it was a Queen of Spades. Shayna Baszler, Queen of Spades. This match wasn't long. She beat her up. She did one little fun splash thing that she does in the corner. I think they call it the Emma splash, Emma sandwich, or something like that. But that wasn't it. She broke her arm. Boom, tap out. She wins. Ronda Rousey comes in. They brawl, do some technical arm stuff like that. Shayna grabs her. She wraps her, or tries to put her in the clutch. I'm going to say that because I can't talk right now. So put her in the clutch, and Ronda evades it, and she puts her in the armbar type thing, and then Shayna gets out. And she's like, "Again, you ruin everything. You're ruining my moment." So that's going to be fun. Oh, adrenaline in my soul. Out next comes out Cody Rhodes. He is here, and all the fans they scream. Crowd is here, about to blow. Then for him to start the show. When the lights go something oh. Whoa! Whoa! I started say on a theater. That's what the crowd was doing. They were screaming. They were singing along to the song. Anyways, so what do you guys want to talk about? Crowd goes crazy. He thanks the fans for a little bit. Says, "Without you guys, there's no me." He talks about momentum. About this guy asked him about momentum, and he's pretty much said that he really hasn't had any momentum because of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar pretty much was his road. He's pretty much saying that Brock Lesnar was his roadblock. Everybody has a Brock Lesnar. Uh, uh, Schoolwork, Brock Lesnar. Paperwork, Brock Lesnar. Annoying boss, Brock Lesnar. He said, "My Brock Lesnar is 6 something, 6'7", 250 pounds muscle that I have to go through." But he says that he wants his rubber match with Brock Lesnar. He said he would call Brock Lesnar out, but he's not here. He said apparently he didn't think Buffalo was a good place for him to be, but he'll be here next week. And he said he wants to call him out because he wants what he wants. They both want the same thing. He said he can't be a prince. He wants to be the man. He wants to be the king. He has to take out Brock Lesnar and then be next in line. But he didn't specify what title. He didn't say the world title. He didn't say the undisputed title. He just said he's the next in line. Leaves it open for the possibilities. But we all know what he's talking about. So that's that. Next up, another match. Miz versus Ciampa. Um, yeah, this was fun. Ciampa was whipping the Miz all over the place. Grabbing chairs, doing knees to the chair. He had the garbage can lid thing. He was doing the knees to that. The crowd wants uh, tables, so he obliges with the tables. Well, the announce table, not the actual table. But he does bring an actual table in later. Um, he did a thing with the spot where he had the chair. He put it around his neck and he pushed it to him, and his neck hit the thing. A lot of fun stuff. But in the end, he does an air raid crash through the table, and he's about to pin him. And then Bronson Reed comes out again to attack Tommaso Ciampa, hit him with a tsunami. Miz covers 1, 2, 3. Miz wins. Again, he has paid off Bronson Reed with the money. So they're going to tag team thing, which means DIY, baby! Johnny Gargano's going to come. They're going to be DIY again, and then they're going to win. And then Bronson Reed's going to finally get rid of the Miz once and for all. It's going to be great. Next up, it is Sonya and Chelsea. They're having a interview thing, and then the champs walk in, and then they said, "We're going to be the champs. We're going to beat you after we're going to prove our match tonight." We're gonna take you out. She was like, why are you guys gonna be out there? He's like, we're just kind of competition. We ain't want no smoke. And then Rhea Ripley comes in. Everybody was like, oh. And then you saw Raquel's face just go serious. And it's just like, you had got in my business twice. One more strike, you're out. And then Chelsea Green goes, yeah, 3 strikes, you're out. Basketball. Great. I don't know how everybody kept a straight face because I would have been crying. He was like, yeah. He's like, after we win those tag team titles from you guys tonight, we're going to run Monday Night Raw. Right, Rhea? And then and then Rhea looked at her and was like, who's this we thing? And then Sally goes, oh, no, she didn't mean we. She meant, anyways, we got to get ready for this match. So, we out of here. And then Chelsea was like, yeah, right. And then Liv said, we're not scared of you. We took you because it's not the right thing to do. Trying to beat up Natty when she's down. She's like, get in my business again. It's over. She's like, stay in your tag team division. Leave me out. And Raquel's looking at how we gonna beat your ass. That's the energy I like from Raquel. I like her. We gonna beat that ass. So they're gonna definitely have a match at um, SummerSlam. Next up was them versus Kaden and Carter. It wasn't a long match. It was better than the other. I mean, it wasn't really better than the last one because this one was a little shorter, but it was fine. You get to show off what you can do, and then again they cheat to win. That's the match. Yep, that was it. They did another backstage segment with Sammy, Kevin, and Seth Rollins. And he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see your beautiful faces that they tried to take us out, tried to take me out, and you guys came." He was like, "Yeah, I don't understand that." It was like, "I see what happened. They take out my friend. He's my friend, and I just go after him." And they're trying to do a game plan about what's going to happen. He was like, "Yeah, I got a game plan. We punch them in the face, we break all their legs and their noses, and then we beat them up." It was, "Oh, good plan." He was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So that was their plan, and that was the main event. They announced matches for next week. Academy Alpha Academy versus the Raiders in a Viking rules match. Raquel and Liv defend the titles against Sonya and Chelsea. Riddle versus Gunther, where Imperium is banned. Uh, and no Drew. Drew won't be there. And then Brock Lesnar returns. So, quick thing, I think that it'll be interesting to see what happens next week with the tag title match because we know that there'll be. We know it's clear that Raquel's facing what's her face, um, Rhea for the title at SummerSlam. That's what they've been alluding to this whole time. So I think that's going to be a thing. But this is going to be kind of interesting to see if they win. Will they go in as champions or will they take it from them? And that will like further something like will Rhea get involved? It'll be interesting to see what happens. But anyways, this match, Judgment Day versus Sammy, Kevin, and Seth was good stuff. Sammy gets worked over because he's that baby face that you need to do that. They take turns beating them up. Tags in. Kevin Owens goes crazy. Tags in Seth. He goes crazy too. Great tag team stuff. There's a spot where uh, Damian Priest had his thing where he was about to stop. He was about to hit. Kind of looked like maybe Finn Balor, but he turns back around and Finn kind of turned at him. And then they kind of bumped into each other. Dom Mysterio sells a great stunner. He stunned himself. Kevin Owens stunners Dom Mysterio, and he's all the way. And like when the match ends, Rhea's all the way. He's all the way by the timekeepers. It's hilarious how that happened. He rolled all the way to the timekeepers thing. Rhea screaming to him to get together. She's interfering on Kevin Owens. In the end, Sami Zayn he tags back in, and then they do a tag team of a South of Heaven on him and a coup de grace. They get the win. They hug it out. Rhea's grabbing Dom from all the way into timekeepers. However, he got back there. And they stand tall, which I assumed they was going to do because they have to go to NXT tonight. That'll be fun. See what they do in NXT tonight. And they also made a big deal about Carmelo being the NXT champion, so he gotta watch out for him too. I still think I think they might tease it, but I think he's pretty much going after Seth Rollins. But we'll see. We don't know. It'll be great to see what happens. Maybe Damian Priest does a little um, tease towards the end going into SummerSlam with them for a couple of weeks. Because they still got things going on too with the Bloodline and Judgment Day collab. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, that was the show. It was fine. There was a lot of talking during like the first hour and a half. A lot of stuff. There's like one match. But the shows were good. Solid, probably B. Solid B. Nothing bad. Nothing out of crazy. Becky Lynch versus Zoey Stark was a good match. Check that one out. Main event was cool. Good stuff. You're going to get from three great wrestlers, or six great wrestlers. Um, yeah, good stuff. Going to be interesting to see what they do with Imperium next week. If he's gonna like do some chopping to him and see what happens, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but yeah, that was the show. B for the show. Judgment Day is ready to go into to NXT. Rhea's been everywhere. She's been everywhere. More than the tag champs, man. Rhea's been on NXT and the main roster, and on Raw. She should be talked about. Everybody, she's just everywhere. I love it. She's great. That was it. What do you guys think? Comments below. See you guys in the next one. I'm out.